If you are applying to any professional or graduate program where you have to write a personal statement, there's something that you need to keep in mind. It's not just what you've done, it's who you are. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. First, hi, my name is Dr. Sarah Klebe, and I'm an admissions expert at BeMo. So, it's not what you've done, it's who you are. If you are applying to a graduate or a professional program of any kind, you are surely someone who has excelled academically and likely in extracurriculars and things like that as well. And that's awesome. I don't want to minimize that. You've put in the effort, and that is truly great. But you need to keep in mind, so has everyone else who is applying. You're going to be going from likely a situation where you were at the top to a situation where you're competing with everyone else at the top. Most people who apply to med school, law school, grad school, veterinary school, etc., have done well academically. They wouldn't be applying if they didn't have the scores to back it up. And in terms of evaluation, that's the easy stuff, right? Numerical, quantitative data. It's easy to look at numbers and determine that someone is or isn't a strong applicant. It doesn't make sense to apply to one of those programs if you have a 1.6 GPA or something like that. If you're competing with others, you're competing with others who are likely just as strong as you academically. So, if you can't rely entirely on your grades, extracurriculars, volunteer experiences, work experiences, etc., as important as those things are, what can you rely on? Well, at this stage in your life, when you're applying for such programs, finishing undergrad and applying to professional or graduate school, you're at a very important stage of your life. You're starting to figure out who you are and, importantly, who you want to be. And this is under evaluation as much as your concrete accomplishments. They want to know not just what your skill sets are, but what motivates you, what your values are, and what you're willing to do to pursue the things that are important to you. Becoming a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist, a dentist, a veterinarian, a scholar, these are the kinds of occupations that aren't just about what you do. They are as much identities as they are occupations. And you need to take that seriously and think about not just the fact that you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a veterinarian, a scholar, etc., but what kind of doctor, lawyer, veterinarian, scholar, etc. you want to be. Why are you motivated to do the things you do? What matters to you? And how does that sense of values and what matters inform where you want to go and how you want to get there? If you're working on a personal statement, they don't want a dry recitation of your CV. They've seen your CV, they've seen your test scores, your accomplishments, and all of that already. They know you've done well academically, or you wouldn't be applying. If there are key moments in your academic history or experiences that stand out for you that were particularly formative, then by all means, talk about these. But that deeper sense of what drives you and why you value the particular experiences you value, those are the things that they're really looking for. This is why we advise students to think about the personal statement as a narrative, not a list, not another iteration of your CV or anything like that. It's telling the story of who you are, who you've been, and who you want to be. Isolating particular moments from your life or sort of plot points, those decisive moments that changed how you look at the world, your course of study, yourself, Those are the things that make for compelling narrative, and compelling narrative will always draw a reader in. Remember, admissions committees review hundreds of applications, hundreds of personal statements, hundreds of autobiographical sketches. If yours is just a run through of the information they already have from your CV, your transcripts, and all of that, you're not going to draw them in. They're not going to be engaged. So, be human. Which is a weird statement, I know, it's weird advice, but I mean it in the sense of being, at least in a sort of measured or tempered way, vulnerable. Show them why you're inspired to do what you want to do, what drives you and gives you the motivation not just to start, but to finish the course of study you're pursuing, because a lot of people enter professional or graduate programs and don't complete their degree. Show them why this matters to you, why it's a constitutive part of who you are to follow this path. If you keep that in mind and draw on engaging and compelling examples, anecdotes, experience, patients or student interactions, and things like that, whatever's relevant to your particular course of study, and do that through narrative, that is going to make you shine. Because it's not just what you've done that they're looking at, it's who you are. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. If so, please do go ahead, like it, share it with a friend who might benefit from it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and look for us on a variety of other social media platforms. If you'd like us to help you, please do click the link that should appear either above or below this video to contact us and schedule your free initial consultation. We'll set you up with one of our admissions experts to answer any questions you might have and get you started on your preparations. We have programs to suit any of your needs, and we are always happy to work with you to determine which plan is going to support you and your goals most effectively. As ever, thank you so very much for your time. Take good care, and I'll see you next time.